Hey everybody, Kingsley here. So you clicked the video, you know what it's about. We're talking about Back for Blood, doing a quick little overview. You're probably wondering, Cake, the beta came out like today. What? I'm very confused on how you have all this stuff. Actually, I'd like to give a big shout out to WV for providing me with early access to the beta. So Zach, DJ, and Ven actually all got to play a little bit beforehand since August 2nd. So we got a nice little hands-on, see where we're going, and I'm kind of gonna give you guys a little overview. This isn't meant to be like obviously a review or anything. We can only like play for so much as well. So uh, yeah. But anyways, without further ado, let's get into it. I don't want this to be super long. And yeah, thanks again, WB, for providing the little bit of early access, early access. There we go. For this one. Yeah, I have some notes here. I make sure I go over. I'm just gonna talk, and keep going. So let's start off with the game. You load in. You will start in the hub world now, and basically you talk to like any NPC that lets you talk to them, and it opens up a menu. In that menu, you can choose to play the campaign versus. You can edit your deck. Don't worry, the cards are still there. Unlock. You can unlock your cards, banner symbols with the supply lines. It's basically like a little like line of stuff, and there's like certain cards locked behind it. Although I think a lot of the cards for verses are there. Like there's like a separate pool for verses and everything. But I'll get into the cards like another day or whatever. So yeah, but that's it's basically I think how you're gonna unlock cards when the main game comes out. You unlock them with points you get by playing campaign and versus, and they aren't really that expensive. So I only played a couple games. I unlocked like two out of I think there's four total. So and it's not like I played that much because we were only a lot we could only do so much. So, anyways, and then the final one is for your to profile is to edit your like banner and symbol and everything. There's some customization crap in there. Uh, yeah, said about the cards. You only have so many cards on this one, especially for campaign. On versus, you have a nice little selection to choose from at the start. But I think campaign you start off with like your deck only has like 6 cards. But yeah, so you want to unlock the other cards through the supply lines. So do that quick, and yeah, I'm not gonna go over the cards right now. That's gonna be a whole separate video. Plus, I haven't unlocked every card, and plus I couldn't play enough to like test everything and stuff. So we'll get there eventually. Uh there's also something really nice in there is there's a shooting range that has every weapon in the game, and basically every weapon that's gonna be in Back for Blood is there with the attachments and stuff, and also while you're like loading into like verses and everything or campaign, you actually can when you invite your friends, they go into your hub world, and when you go into the shooting range, it allows you to do PvP there. So you can kind of just shoot each other, fuck around while you're waiting. So we actually had a lot of fun with that. Just just killing each other and doing stupid crap, especially because it was a beforehand early access, so PvP was like took a while to get into. So, which is another reason why I can't like go super into detail about anything. A lot of them were like influencer. Let's just say we only lost one game, and it was one game that I had to go. We had to go. I had to go get fish. So yeah, it was. We basically curb stomped everyone, like just everyone. So it'll be nice when we play the actual beta, going up with people who don't get fucking these like influencers who don't get smashed in 2 seconds. Uh, yeah. Anyways, let's talk about the campaign quick. We get Act One. It's basically the campaign from the alpha, and then another campaign on top of it, but they're all considered Act One. Uh, so they say the 3 difficulties. I'm happy to announce the written commons are way less tanky. If you remember playing in the alpha, especially if you were playing Nightmare Mode, you would have to drop a nuclear blast to just kill one infected, or a combat knife, which is the equivalent of a nuclear blast. And yeah, nice to say, don't gotta worry about that now. It feels very more like Left 4 Dead-y, where you can kind of just mow down the zombies and stuff easier. So it's just, oh god, it's such a nice improvement. Also, when you're in the safe room, there is now, and I'm pretty sure they got rid of all of the weapon cards, because now when you spawn in, there is one SMG, one rifle, one shotgun, one sniper. So one of each ammo type. But yeah, there's just one random. It just randomly chooses out of the pool of the guns. It gives you the four of them. So you now all have a gun at the very beginning. Just those two changes right there are just amazing. Like it does wonders. Like holy crap. The cards, the weapon cards were always just big. But anyways, without getting all reviewy, so now you get to have your weapons at the beginning, so don't worry about any weapon card crap. And there's in the box as well, they give you like 2 random weapons each round, or each chapter, I guess. Yeah. I know I can't remember back what calls them technically. But yeah, each chapter in the safe room, there's in the box, it just gives you 2 random guns to choose from. Also, the map is like littered with guns. So, like just they really made sure you weren't like super cucked on weapons like you were in the alpha. So super nice to be able to play a game where you have guns that you can actually shoot. Uh, Also, you know, stuff being less tanky means more ammo. So you don't really got to worry about that while playing the campaign as much. And there's a couple new equipment items like razor wire you can put down, slows down enemies, a stun gun to free yourself if you get incapped, like the from Hawker Spitz, or the Crusher grabbing you. So those are really nice. There's also a new enemy. I'm not gonna talk about it. All I'll say is they can incap you as well. So watch out for those. I don't want to spoil those for you guys. And let me get back to my net. Oh, and they have a good old pipe bomb, although the range on it is a little limited. So yeah, don't think you're gonna like attract the whole map or whatever. But it's still nice. Nice having the pipe bomb back. They they did a couple other changes. Like, well, I only played Nightmare Mode like a little bit just to see the difference. It's still absolutely hard as hell for a different reason, a little bit different reason now. But I also need to test it more. It's not like I played it that much. Also, I was playing it with, you know, the garbage gamers. So yeah, I'll get into that more. But I went down on Nightmare. I got incapped on Nightmare Mode. Before, you would just straight die. So at least now you can get incapped in Nightmare Mode. I can't remember Survival Mode. I think even on Survival Mode, right? The second game mode on the Alpha, you would die. So nice to say, all the game modes you can get incapped now and picked back up. So very nice change in that regard. That crap was dumb. That was dumb. Did not have that. Yeah. And this main thing is just for like, I didn't feel like I was forced to run combat knife like I was in the other one, because the zombies aren't as tanky. So, although combat knife is still a house, you know, it's still good. But yeah, I'm not like, it's not. I don't feel like as closed in. Like I have to use this or I'm just screwed, because of how it is. But you know, maybe the opinion will change on Nightmare Mode. But yeah, and the nicest part, well, not nicest part, but a super nice part as well is we played from the Chapter 1 campaign all the way to the end of the second campaign chapter, and it keeps all your cards, all your weapons, all your stuff all in a row. and your health. So if you want to just have one long sit down, thing where you just go through everything at once, you can do that. I think it was really cool. Like that is like that's something really cool. I'm wondering if it will let you do like the whole game like that. That'd be crazy. But it's just nice, like that little kind of keeping all your stuff as you go through. So yeah, very nice there. And now probably the part you guys are looking forward to the most. Good old PvP. Cake, what's the PvP like? Cake, tell me please. Cake, 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 cake. Well, I'm here to tell you. So it's best 2 out of 3. Survivor versus. Whoever stays alive the longest. Uh, so basically, team 1, you only get 1 try on. So you get a map. So team 1 goes. They go however long they go. Let's say 1 minute. And then team 2 goes. They either have to beat a minute, and the moment they beat over like a minute, like minute 1 second, they'll immediately win that round. So they'll win 1 out of the 3. Or you kill them beforehand. The 1 minute happens, and now team 1 won. You only have one chance per map. Each round is on a different map. So you do your team 1 goes, team 2 goes, next map. Team 1 goes, team 2 goes, next map. Well, unless one of the teams manages to win two in a row. But yeah, so it's map. You do the map. You each get your one shot at the map, and then you go to the next one. The maps, at least what we played, are pretty small. A little smallish. There wasn't any like super crazy ones, which I like a lot to an extent. So I actually kind of wish some of them were a little bigger, but super nice. That there isn't like any Left 4 Dead type ones where you got to worry about doing some crazy stuff. Also, there's a circle that slowly closes in. I'll get into. So it kind of, you can't really go camp in a little corner for 10 years. So there's a limit. And let's see what else we got here. All right, so that's so how it goes for each round. So you start off as let's just do the cleaners first. You start off as the cleaners. You pick your character, then you pick a couple of cards. I think it's like 5 cards, quite a lot. Then after your team is ready, or there's a timer that kind of forces it. You go into Scavenge Mode. So you have 1 minute to scavenge supplies on the map, guns, healing items, other stuff. This is stuff that will stay on the map open. There's some stuff that's locked. You need to find a little toolkit to open it. That'll have like some extra like basic cards or attachments for guns. So I highly recommend getting those, but you only have so much time. So really focus on kind of remembering where stuff is, calling out to your teammates like, "Hey, this is over here." Blah blah blah. You wanna open as many boxes as you can. So as you're fighting, you can just pick up the items as you go instead of like being like, "Oh crap, I didn't open this box. I have to open it first, then pick it up." So as I said, very important to kind of be organized in that scavenge round or that 1 minute you have, and open as much stuff as you can and call out as much stuff as you can for your teammates. And yeah, after you get all out there, the minute's gone. It starts up. You get a wave of commons. It goes like a minute a wave of commons or something. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's like wave of commons, then a little bit of downtime, and during that downtime, that's when the circle closes in, and then it goes another round of commons, and then once that's over, the circle closes in, and then another round of commons, circle about until you die. Uh, and let me tell you, the Ridden are brutal in this game. Do not be surprised. I don't think we didn't even last over like 4 minutes. All right, and we were up against people who like weren't really that great. All right, and it was still like 4 minutes. So it just goes to show the Ridden are very powerful in this mode, which doesn't really matter because it's just survival versus. But without getting that's yeah, don't get a little carried away. Anyway, so yeah, You just survive longer. The best advice I can give to anybody is if the house is really small, don't camp in it. You're going to get rolled. We rolled people who went into these like tiny ass houses. It is very easy to just get destroyed. Do not go into tiny houses. But if you do manage to find a nice big house, take the razor wire the doorways, and just camp in that bitch. Some places you can camp real nice, and be a real piece of shit. And also, as long as the circle doesn't fuck you as well. Um, and what was the other? I had one more note here, and oh yeah, make sure you just stay near your teammates to save them from the in-cap people. It is you can't. This isn't like Left 4 Dead where you can go like even on Left 4 Dead you can't really like against a good team. It's hard to really like solo, but it's not like insanely hostile. But in this game, you know you don't solo in this game. The Hawker, which I'll get into, makes it so you just can't solo. Uh, you can't solo by yourself somewhere. You need somebody with you at all times. But I recommend you just always stay together. Like it's so easy to in-cap two people in this game compared to Left 4 Dead. Like in this game, it is a joke to in-cap two people, with something. So don't want to mess around with that. Stay together. And now for the part you guys probably been mostly waiting for, the Ridden. What's up with the Ridden? When you are on their side. So it's normal, like kind of like Left 4 Dead spawny rules, where you just go spawn in. As long as you can't be seen by survivors, you can spawn in wherever. You actually get to pick what Ridden you want to play. That's right, no randomness. I'll go into probably a future video how I kind of don't like that, but it is what it is. You get to actually pick though what you want. See, you can pick combinations with your team and everything, but you can only be two of a certain form, class, whatever. There's basically like 3 different form classes in each of them. They don't have like an official name, but they each there's one locked on each form, so you get 2 on each. I'll go over each of them quick, but yeah, so you get to pick what you want, but only 2 people can be the same like form. So then you have to have like one on the other 2 or 2. You know what I mean? You can't have the entire squad be like the Hawkers or whatever. But yeah, let's go over quick each of the Ridden. So there's the man. Let me go down here quick. God, Stinger. There we go. So Stinger kind of does like a just spits. You just spit over and over again. Pretty sure they don't even have a melee attack. But yeah, they're just meant to spit over and over again. Very underwhelming character. I kind of wouldn't pick them. I mean, there's probably like I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, it's completely useful 24/7, but a lot of times they were picked. It was just there was somebody better, which is kind of the downside of picking your own character. But anyways, I'll stop myself right there. But yeah, just spit, get in there, do some damage, have a good time. The Hawker, though, is insane. You will spit on survivors. It has like a cooldown as well once you hit a survivor and stuff. It incaps them and knocks them back. So there was a lot of times where I'd spit on somebody and it would knock them out of the circle. So not only were commons hitting him, the circle was damaging him, and a teammate had to go in because in order to get saved in the game, you got to get melee'd. So a teammate would have to go into the circle, getting damaged by the circle, just to melee to get them out. So just as I said, overall insane. As I said, just take somebody out of the equation. This is where I talked about you are extremely punished if you are alone in this game. You could have 2 people spawn in as Hawkers, and if they split up into like these weird like 2-2 groups or some crap, you just harass one group, and you force them to like have to all come together and stuff. Like as I said, The Hawker is the reason why you cannot go solo or crap in this game. You will get rolled, and the accuracy on that thing, it is like a gun. Like it is just whatever you're aiming at, that's where it hits. There's no like arcing trajectory type crap or whatever. You just do it. So insane. Highly recommend at least one person plays it minimum. Uh, yeah, usually two is even just good in general. Let's go on to the next class. Forbes the Wretch. The Wretch kind of does a spawns acid pool everywhere. And wherever it hits, acid goes everywhere. When it dies, it explodes into acid as well. And it kind of has like a charge it can do to close in gaps. You can like charge in, vomit, or you can like vomit, charge in, die. So your puddle of acid gets there as well to cover more space. So very nice to people who camp in houses. This is why you should not camp in small houses. It is very easy to get punished in small houses in this game. So, yeah, the Wretch. If you see anybody like camping in a little house, or even the bigger rooms or whatever, just do a Wretch. Even like I would even commit to 2 Wretches honestly if they were in a small room like that. You just start, the damage stacks up so crazy along with the commons, and then get a Bruiser in there to start throwing some extra damage. It spirals out real fast. So very nice character for that regard. So the Exploder, which is the other one, can run in, blows himself up, and yeah, oh, it can melee as well, but just does a good chunk of damage. If you see a bunch of people kind of low on health, and they're all bunched together, that's probably when he shines the most. Just run into a group of people when they're lower in health and just blow them all up. When they're trying to pick somebody up who's down, they're like struggling. He's a nice little closer. I don't really find him that good at the beginning game. You kind of want to just do stuff, but it is, if they are all together in a group, he does whittle down the health. So viable option still, regardless. Let's go to the next forum class. Bruisers. Holy crap, Bruisers. If you've seen the alpha, you know these boys. They're tanky as hell. They have a lot of health, and they have this rush ability that lets them rush towards people. You can swing your arm down, do you do a nice chunk of damage. It knocks them back as well. And if they're closed in on a group or they're nearby, you can do like a fucking like crazy ass slam back and forth, and you will do a nice chunk of damage through over time. They have to, yeah, it is brutal if they do not deal with you, and it does less knockback as well. So they kind of like don't get like hit out if they get hit once. Like they kind of stay in it a little bit. They have to like run out of it or kill you. So very nice character. Definitely recommend always having at least one of this character. He's a house. He is the boy. The other one is the Crusher. Now the Crusher, he can rush people. I don't even think he can melee. All he does is grab people and hold them in place, and he stands in place as well. I don't really find him that great. How he stands in place. Also, his weak spot, I think, is in like a really bad place. Like, I think if they're gonna have him stand in place, he should like at least have like a weak spot like behind him or something. But his weak spot is on his face, and a lot of people who play FPSs are trained to shoot towards the head. So that does no help for him at all. He just gets rolled really fast. I really don't recommend this character at all. The Bruiser is just so much better in every regard. Hopefully they do something to this character, but that's for another video. But yeah, don't. So basically, what you should take away from this: don't use the Bruiser, and don't use the Stinger. Just don't pick those. Every other character is good. So pick from those, and you will do pretty good, pretty good. Although don't have too many wretches on your team. Uh, the one game we lost was we had double wretch on our team and they weren't camping in a building. So yeah, just yeah. Anyways, uh, also I haven't gone over this yet, as you've probably seen in some of the footage already. There's like these weird mutation points, so that's how the ridden level up, get stuff, like tall boy. You can invest in defense and they start getting like health regen, which is crazy. And another huge thing with the mutations is you can actually upgrade the commons. Like you can like have it so like the commons end up getting like sometimes they'll spawn in, and like if they die, they'll like still like be a special form, and if they die, they like drop an acid pool where they died, which is like crazy extra DPS. So a lot of times we were just upgrading our defenses and just the horde, just doing more DPS damage. So do not underestimate just upgrading the commons. Those upgrades they do wonders. Uh, and yeah. Oh, then one final note. Uh, Again, it's like Left 4 Dead. If you're playing the Ridden, spawn in together. It's team game. Besides that, that is. The mutation in cards carry over per round. So like any mutations you have round one, when you play the Ridden round two, you'll have the same mutation levels and everything. So very important you work together with your team because the mutations as well affect everyone. So if I buy level 2 defense for the Bruiser, now everyone has level 2 defense for the Bruiser on my team. So you need to work together. Make sure you all spend your points together. Kind of get a common goal going. Be smart. Don't randomly spec into random bullshit. Try to keep it. It's a team game. You succeed as a team. And yeah, there we go. I tried not to get into too many crazy rants there. A little quick rundown for the beta for you. I'll have more footage of versus game, new campaigns, decks, reviews, blah blah blah, along the coming days. But just kind of wanted to get like a nice little solid foundation for everybody. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will probably see you guys around on some streams and stuff. So have a good one.